He cuts off communication with everybody before his big tournaments. He makes winning world title look so effortless that people just shrug it off like it's no big deal. In fact, try the Google translator for the word cubist and the Hindi translation reads Advani. Once too small to reach the table without a stool, he is now at the top of the charts across the championships. With 27 world titles in today's episode of ManifestIT, we spotlight Pankaj Advani, the one who inspires you to never shy away from making unconventional choices and to always excel in your game even when no one's watching. I mean, think about it. Whenever one thinks of billiard or snooker, the one name that instantly comes to your mind is Pankaj Advani. But strangely, the sport has a very sad following in the country, which ends up hurting his popularity as well. Now, does this lack of acknowledgement bother him? Yes, but does it affect his game? Never. In a career spanning over 20 years, he has seen many ups and few downs. But his journey started in adversity. Born in Pune in 1985, he spent his first few years in Kuwait. 4 years later, his family moved to Bengaluru after his family was forced to flee Kuwait due to the Iraqi invasion during the Gulf War. Unfortunately, at the age of 6, he lost his father. Now, his first rise with the sport was thanks to his brother. He followed his elder brother to a snooker parlor after school. And quite naturally, he was fascinated by the colored balls. The 10-year-old Advani keenly observed his brother for the next 3 weeks. He made a mental note of all the rules and techniques before finally placing his bridge on the table. Believe it or not, the first shot he played, the ball went straight into the pocket and disappeared, and his life changed forever. As fate would have it, a former national snooker champion, Arvind Savur, spotted him, who decided to coach him free of cost, and that person, Advani now considers him as a father figure. But there was a problem. Advani was too small to reach the table, so he was sent back home with a cue and was asked to come back a year later when he gained a few inches. Not one to give up, Advani was determined to grow quickly. From pull-up to basketball, he tried everything and he managed to gain a few inches. Within a year, he was ready to be coached. And since Advani was a keen observer and a fast learner, he quickly picked up all the tricks and traits, but money was tight. While Savur was not charging Advani even a single penny during the early years of training, Advani's mother could not even afford to pick up and drop him from training every day. But Savur was so impressed with young Advani's talent that he didn't mind it doing himself. And this explains why he considers Batman as his hero. In an interview, he shared that he related to the superhero on a deep level. He has a dark past. He is one superhero who relies more on his physical strength and the resources that are available to him. Now, before his 12th birthday, he won his first championship in 1997. It was the Karnataka State Junior Snooker Championship. Now, for Advani to travel to his first international tournament in the UK, his mother had to break a fixed deposit. But she was glad that her child was so engrossed in the game that distractions of teenage years would not get to him. By the time he was 15, he won his first national level championship, Indian Junior Billiards Championship, and went on to hold the title for 7 years in a row. Now, by this time, he was already beating seasoned champions like Geet Sethi, Yasin Merchant, many of whom were Savur's own trainees. Now, back in the day, Pankaj was known to be a very soft-hearted person, but very few got to see his witty side. His sarcasm can be deadly remembered squash star Joshna Chinnappa, Advani's close friend. But throughout it all, he remained dedicated to the game. Indian cricketer Robin Uthappa, another of Advani's close friends since their college days, shared that even during their college years, when most of them encouraged Advani to work out and build muscle, he refused to do anything that could jeopardize his flexibility on the table. Advani made his international competitive debut at the age of 17. In 2003, at the age of 18, he won the International Billiards and Snooker Federation World Snooker Championship. The first of his many world championships, he was the second youngest ever in the world to do so. What's remarkable is that he's the only player in the world to win world titles in all formats of both billiards and snooker. Very few cueists in the world can actually juggle both. And you would be surprised to know that outside of snooker and billiards, his other interest lies in dance. He was reportedly even offered a dance reality show, but he hardly gets time for his other interests. The 38-year-old cueist has won the Asian Billiards title in 2005, 2008, 2009, 10, 12, 17, 18, 22 and 23. He has received the Arjuna Award in 2004. He became the youngest sports person to receive the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award in 2006. This was followed by the Padma Shri in 2009. Now, this relentless winning somehow ended up becoming his enemy because people would just shrug it off. On top of that, the lack of popularity of the game itself. I mean, the chances of an Akshay Kumar or a Kartik Aaryan playing the role of Pankaj Advani in a biopic is perhaps low, even though Kartik Aaryan might be a good fit. A poster boy for billiards and snooker in India, one can only hope that the apathy towards the sports changes in the future, even though none of it cut his motivation. Advani holds his own as he continues to collect laurels for India in the background. Inspiring the youth, he says, don't follow the herd, carve a niche, do it because you want to excel, not for the fame. His success story drives home the point, all you need to do is manifest it, chase it, and do it.